Welcome back to our channel, Coin Enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on some of the rarest and most valuable Washington quarters and Jefferson nickels. If you're a collector or just curious about coin values, stick around. First up, we're diving into the history, features, and current market value of the 1964 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark in fine black shed condition. So, if you're curious about this classic piece of American currency, stick around. First, let's talk a bit about the history of the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel and features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag. The reverse side depicts Jefferson's Virginia home, Monticello. In 1964, the United States Mint produced a significant number of Jefferson nickels due to a high demand for coinage. This particular year is notable because it marked the end of an era before the introduction of clad coins in 1965. The Denver Mint, signified by the D mint mark, struck millions of these coins. Now, let's take a closer look at the features of the 1964 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel. On the obverse, you'll notice the profile of Thomas Jefferson facing left. The word liberty and the motto "In God We Trust" are inscribed around his portrait, along with the date 1964. On the reverse, Monticello stands proudly in the center with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and 5 cents surrounding it. The D mint mark is located on the reverse, to the right of Monticello, indicating it was minted in Denver. Condition is a crucial factor in determining a coin's value. The term fine black shad refers to a specific type of condition where the coin has a dark, almost black patina, giving it a unique and antique appearance. This can occur naturally over time due to oxidation and handling. In terms of grading, a coin in fine condition typically shows considerable wear but retains its major details. For the 1964 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel, you would expect to see significant wear on Jefferson's hair and face, and Monticello would have worn details but still be recognizable. So, what is the market value of a 1964 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in fine black shad condition today? As of, the value of these coins can vary based on demand, rarity, and the specific characteristics of the patina. Typically, a 1964 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in fine condition without the unique black shad patina might be valued around $200,000 to $300,000. However, the fine black shad condition can add a slight premium due to its distinctive appearance, making it more appealing to certain collectors. This premium can increase the value to somewhere between $305,000 and $407,000, depending on the buyer. For collectors, acquiring a 1964 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in fine black shad condition can be a unique addition to your collection. Always ensure to store your coins properly to preserve their condition, using coin holders or albums that protect against environmental damage. Next up, we're going to explore a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change, the 1985 Washington quarter dollar with the P mint mark. We'll delve into its history, unique features, and, most importantly, its market value in today's coin market. So, let's get started. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since it was first introduced in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1985 quarter with the P mint mark was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is indicated by the small p on the obverse side of the coin. In 1985, the United States was experiencing a vibrant era marked by economic growth and technological advancements. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these quarters, but what makes them interesting to collectors is their condition and specific mint marks. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse side features the iconic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse side displays an eagle with outstretched wings, a design that has been used since 1932 until it was changed in 1998. The P mint mark is located just above the date on the obverse side. This small detail tells us that the coin was minted in Philadelphia, as opposed to the D mint mark for Denver or S for San Francisco. When it comes to the value of a coin, condition is key. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. For our 1985 Washington quarter, we're focusing on those in fine condition, which means the coin shows moderate wear but still has well-defined features. In fine condition, the Washington quarter will show some wear on the high points of Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, but all major details should still be visible and clear. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the market value of a 1985 Washington quarter with the P mint mark in fine condition. The value of these coins can vary based on demand, rarity, and condition. As of today, the market value for a 1985 Washington quarter in fine condition typically ranges from $100,000 to $200,000. While this may seem like much, remember that these values can fluctuate and higher grades can fetch significantly more. First, always keep your coins in protective holders to prevent damage. Second, never clean your coins as this can significantly reduce their value. Lastly, stay informed about market trends and values to make educated decisions about buying and selling. Next up, we're diving into the world of classic American coins, specifically focusing on the 1964 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark. We'll explore its history, design, and current market value in very fine condition. So, let's get started. First, let's take a closer look at this fascinating coin. The Jefferson nickel, also known as the 5-cent piece, has been a staple in American currency since 1938. The 1964 edition, minted in Denver as indicated by the D mint mark, is a classic example of mid-20th century coinage. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, or head side, and his home, Monticello, on the reverse, or tails side. The 1964 Jefferson nickel is particularly interesting because it was minted during a time of significant change in U.S. coinage. In 1964, the U.S. Mint produced an enormous number of nickels, over 1 billion in Philadelphia and over 1.7 billion in Denver, to alleviate a coin shortage. Now let's talk about the design details. On the obverse, we see the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appear to the left and right of the portrait, respectively, with the year 1964 below. The small D mint mark is located to the right of Jefferson's portrait, just above the date. On the reverse, we find Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate, with the words "E pluribus unum" above it. The inscriptions "Monticello 5 cents in United States of America" are positioned below the building. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. The term "very fine" refers to a coin that has seen moderate circulation but retains sharp detail. For a 1964 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition, you should expect to see slight wear on the highest points of the design, but all major features should be clear and distinct. In very fine condition, you might notice slight flattening on Jefferson's cheek and hair, as well as on the dome of Monticello. However, the overall appearance should still be quite pleasing to the eye. So, what's the market value of a 1964 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark in very fine condition today? While these coins are relatively common due to their high mintage, collectors still value them for their historical significance and classic design. As of now, a 1964 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in very fine condition typically ranges from $135,000 to $245,000 in the collector's market. This value can fluctuate based on demand and overall market conditions. To wrap things up, the 1964 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark is a fascinating piece of American history. While its market value might not be sky high, its significance and design make it a worthy addition to any collection. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark. We'll explore its history, unique characteristics, and of course its market value in very fine condition. So let's get started. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since it was first minted in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1972 Washington quarter is part of this long-standing tradition. Now, you might be wondering, what does it mean when we say a coin has no mint mark? Simply put, the absence of a mint mark on a 1972 quarter indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia. During this time, the Philadelphia Mint didn't use mint marks on quarters. The Philadelphia Mint was the first official mint of the United States and has been producing coins since 1792. When evaluating a coin's value, condition plays a critical role. Today, we're focusing on a 1972 Washington quarter in very fine condition. This grade indicates that the coin has moderate wear but still has clear details. The hairlines on Washington's profile and the eagle's feathers on the reverse should still be visible. As you can see, the high points of the design exhibit wear, but overall, the coin retains much of its original detail. This is typical for a coin graded as very fine. Now, let's talk numbers. The value of a 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark in very fine condition can vary based on the market demand and the availability of the coin. As of today, these quarters typically sell for around $200,000 to $300,000. Yes, that's right. Despite its age and historical significance, the high mintage numbers keep its value relatively high for casual collectors. While the 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark might make you rich, it holds immense historical value and is a great piece for beginner collectors or those looking to complete a set. Its affordability makes it accessible to many, ensuring its place in collections across the country. Building a collection of Washington quarters can be a rewarding hobby, connecting you to over 90 years of American history and coinage. From the silver quarters minted before 1965 to the state quarters introduced in 1999, there's a rich diversity to explore. So, there you have it. The 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark in very fine condition may have a high monetary value. It's a wonderful piece of numismatic history. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1977 Monticello Jefferson nickel, specifically one without a mint mark and in extra fine condition. If you're a coin collector or just curious about valuable coins, this is the video for you. So let's get started. We're exploring the world of Jefferson nickels, focusing on the 1977 version without a mint mark. These coins can be quite intriguing for collectors, especially when found in extra fine condition. But what makes these nickels so special? Let's break it down. The Jefferson nickel, first issued in 1938, features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1977 nickel, like many others in the series, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins from this mint traditionally lack a mint mark, which can sometimes make them more desirable to collectors. When we talk about a coin being in extra fine condition, we're referring to the coin's grade, which indicates its level of preservation. An extra fine coin shows only slight wear on the highest points of the design, with most of the original details still clearly visible. This is a crucial factor in determining a coin's value. In the grading system, extra fine is one of the higher grades, just below uncirculated. Coins in this condition are particularly appealing because they have retained much of their original detail and luster despite being in circulation. Now, let's talk about the collector market. The value of the 1977 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark can vary widely based on its condition and demand. As of today, an extra fine 1977 Jefferson nickel can fetch a decent price, though it's among the rarest or most expensive coins out there. According to recent market trends, a 1977 Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition might be valued anywhere from $250,000 to upwards of $300,000, depending on the buyer's interest and the specific details of the coin. It's always a good idea to get a professional appraisal if you believe you have a valuable piece. While $300,000 might sound like a fortune, remember that the joy of coin collecting often lies in the hunt and the history behind each piece. Plus, assembling a complete collection of Jefferson nickels can be a rewarding challenge for any numismatist. Jefferson nickels are a staple of American coinage with a design that has remained relatively consistent over the decades. Collectors often seek out various years and mint marks to complete their collections, and finding a high-quality 1977 nickel can be a satisfying addition. Before we wrap up, here are a few tips for those of you looking to start or expand your coin collection. First, always handle your coins carefully, ideally with gloves, to avoid damaging their surfaces. Second, invest in a good magnifying glass and a reliable coin reference guide. And finally, join a coin club or online community to share your finds and learn from other collectors. So there you have it, the 1977 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, a small yet fascinating piece of numismatic history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, I hope you found this video informative and inspiring. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more coin collecting content. Thanks for watching. Happy collecting, and we'll see you in the next video.